twists and turns will January have in store for us? They'll out of the end zone for a touchback.
Check out. 540. 56. 11 feet. Hey, you don't want to see me.
Naeem Hines, his first carry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. This is Hines. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Let's go, Mexico.
On 2nd and 11 now. Luck. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward, since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Let's go now.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah.
Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Go, go. Hey, Delta. 58's the mic. Watch the slant.
2nd and 3. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Lamb. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsay. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Mike 51, Mike 51. All day, dog. Right here, guys. Mike 51, Mike 51. Hey, we heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges. Go.
Here's 2nd and 8. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Exit. Mike. Hey, watch the slant. Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Hard. Check 99, check 99. Speed grip.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Justin Houston providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And not what he was hoping for there. This will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Now a give right side. Hines. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. They run with Hines, and he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
On first down, Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Everson Griffin just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
16 yards the pickup there. The Colts have a first down. Now it's Hines. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown run as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Well, that drive felt like it took up an eternity, and we finally have some action on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but plenty of action prior to, because that drive took up all the first quarter before we spilled into the second, and finally, points were registered.
On the other sideline, they're chomping at the bit just to get the football. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Their next drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. A run there on first down gets 3 up to the 28. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Going right side here, and that's complete. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down.
Let's put that team on a hook.
Look at me, zipper. 5.
Mike, think you gonna get this, boy?
I go.
You think you gonna get this?
Get it.
Back to throw here. And that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline.
Let's go, boy. Bring it out.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Hines. And an alley to run. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Colts strike quickly here for 6 points. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. 75 yards as they are now on the board here in the first half. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
We got this.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just in a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. So it can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways.
No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Hey, orbit.
From the gun, here's Locke. Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 3rd down, it's Hines. And he takes this one in for a... Touchdown. Nyheim Hines saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Colts have taken the lead. Now the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go. Do it.
At their own 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Check.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Ready to go. Now.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there and a first down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
Check. 53.
Back to throw now on first down. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. It was Jalen Mills getting a hand in there defensively. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Clear. Go.
53 to Mike. 53.
5.
2nd and 10. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
Break. Hey. High 7.
It's our time, guys. It's our time. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike.
Go.
53. Mike 53. Watch the run.
Hey. Wahoo.
53, Mike. Check. 53.
Let's go.
He'll drop to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're starting to put some space here. You know, first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that. And Luck will be intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked off at the 36. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. The kick by McManus is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And now whistles here and a flag down. Looked like someone got going a little early. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some.
They'll set up a throw. Rumbling past the 30. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he'll take this all the way up to the 38-yard line. 18 big yards on that one and a Denver first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run the toss. It's Lindsey. And he's got room. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. Just one big...
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and I believe the Colts have recovered. Yes, they have. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Luck, and the Colts come up now 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They're going to be stopped up on this 1st down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Justin Simmons up from his safety spot to make the tackle.
2nd and 10 at the 29-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. He'll have a 1st down past the 40 and all the way up to the 45-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis 1st down.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
Here we go. Check.
On 1st and 10, Locke. Looking left side, and it's complete. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Escaping the pressure right. Completes it to Aguilar. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Luck now to throw. Flush to his... Now a hit, and Luck lost the football. It's out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
All I know, partners, that with every play call that came in, There was a little discussion about, hey, we can seal this bad boy. We can really put ourselves in a great spot to take total control, and yet they find a way to cough it up.
Yeah, the two-score game opportunity eludes them, and now a chance for the other side to come back here.
Yeah, that means defense has to go out there.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. Philip Lindsay, the intended target.
Offensively, when you see cover two, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Colts use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Now the try here for the point after. And that one pushes the lead up to 11.
Makes the score Colts 28, Broncos 17.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That's good for 28 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there. That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position end up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offensive coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Mike. 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. Exit, exit.
Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot.
58 is the mic, 58.
Hit it.
Looking to throw. He's got his man. That's Wallace. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
They're going to need some therapy after this. Mike, 53. 53.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
On second down, it's Lindsay. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They got to get it to the 21 here on third down.
Hey, Zoo.
They'll drop the throw. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Sets up 4th down.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. To the football, it's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and he's got a convoy, and he might be gone. 30, 10, touchdown, Colts.
Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Touchdown. We got to roll. Just keep it rolling, baby. Keep it rolling.
The try here for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
35, 17.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. The last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously, the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
17.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They're going to look to throw. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Ben Banagoo picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
On 2nd down now, it's Lindsey, and he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. They don't get it all back there, but they do get 8, and it sets up a 3rd and 15. The Broncos on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15.
Check 50.
Bravo.
Mike, 53. 53. Mike. Hey, I'm coming. Let's go.
Now back to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Lamb. That catch moves him over 100 yards now for this wild card game. And a first down as well. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Here comes Lindsey, toss right. And some room to maneuver. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been a running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Here we go. 90, Wolf.
Watch the screen. Pass.
Ready?
53. Check 53. Come on, boy.
Now.
They'll look to throw here on first down. This is the tight end Fant. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8.
Sometimes the most effective routes are the ones that you run in the backyard. You probably ran them when you were 5 years old. How about a little curl there against zone? But the key to it is finding the open spots in the zone. How a linebacker or a defensive back will widen to give you space. Find that area and let your quarterback hit you. We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Now, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Watch the run. Come. They're running it. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Hey, tight.
Let go.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on fourth.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
That's what I do.
They begin the drive with Hines. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Tight end right.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He's got a first down and more past the 30. Oh, he's got a little daylight. He's at the 30, 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. 83 yards. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was, and if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me.
Go.
They'll run on 1st down. Lindsey. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Pretty shifty footwork, but didn't buy him much. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go, D. 53 to Mike.
Hey.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
Switch.
Back to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Justin Houston able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Ready? 10 logo.
Check 53.
Now.
Hey. Mike, 53. 53.
Gone.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Clear.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Get it.
They'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Mike, 53. I got you, son. I got you. You're all mine.
Hey, Sam on.
Switch.
Ready?
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position.
Go.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Alert.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Well, 1 win down, still 3 to go to get to the most hallowed ground in sports, but a good start.
A terrific start because they get to move on. Unfortunately for the team that lost, it's a long offseason ahead for them now.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You